Absolutely. It's the Dragon Warrior Unrandomizer this week. So again, and it looks like we have already started. Cyberdark making its way into the throne room. We've got some gold. We've got a torch, and of course the magic key. So again, spell growth is not randomized in this particular flag set, nor is nor are is the map. However, where the towns and caves are on the map, as we see Tantagel is the vanilla Hawksness position, that is randomized. And we see 3 Drakies on our screen, and 3 Drakies go down. Level 2 happening just like that. 46 hit points, I see.
50.
50 now.
No, they started with 50. And now they're just trying to find towns. And since you're in Hawksness, you might as well go up.
Yeah, the closest...
And a lot of magic at level 3 for heals.
Yes, that'll be very useful, especially with the 50 health. Being able to keep up on that health with heal spells will help them out. Interestingly, it looks like Zarnax is heading to the south. I would expect them to go in the northerly direction in order to find the mountain cave location, and then make their way to Garenham and around to Tantagel. That's the loop that at least has the closest to where their current location is.
Right, because there'll be 5 locations. There would be the Mountain Cave, Garenham, Tablet Cave, and where Tantagel and Breckenary normally are. However, depending on what's happening... No, actually, there wouldn't be any other locations. No, there would be locations readily available because you just go south. You go east of that, and yeah. They all understand, I hope.
Absolutely. If they take a southerly direction, then they're pretty much Cantlin is their only location that they can find, and that is a long walk from where they're at. So oftentimes Cantlin gets neglected in these vanilla map seeds, or at least where that Cantlin location is, unless it happens to be one of the places containing one of our key items.
I'll take care of it.
So Zarnax and Cyberdark have already pushed their way up to level 5. Faron Burgundy just slightly behind at level 4, as Lord of the Synth gets taken down by a Drakey. I'm still sitting at level 2. Classy Badger in chat asking, how long has this randomizer been around? It's been around for, I believe this is the 3rd year of tournament play, and I think it's been around a little bit longer than that. So I want to say we're somewhere in 3 to 4 years, although chat would probably be out there to correct me if I'm off there. And it looks like we're confirmed with about
And Freebie Cave in the Mountain Cave spot, by the way. Oh, Magic Key. That's big.
That is huge, and with 744 gold, he can use that key to purchase more keys. Or he could just grind keys right there.
Yeah, ghetto grind.
Of course, Arnax only opting to grab 1 key, or, well, 2 total. 1 extra. And Faron Burgundy about to get the good news.
Got an herb. An herb. Stones of Sunlight. And the Death Necklace.
So the Stones of Sunlight is one of our key items that we need to progress in the game. To progress forward, you have to get the items to create the Rainbow Drop. So the Rainbow Drop is made by taking the Staff of, the Silver Harp, which will turn into become a Staff of Rain, plus the Stones of Sunlight and Erdrick's Token makes 1 Rainbow Drop. Our runners do need to use that Rainbow Drop in order to access Charlotte Castle and dive down and fight the Dragon Lord.
And as Zarnax just showed us, underneath Tantagel Castle is the Harp Trading Cave. And Cyberdark now going north.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with the mountain cave being right there and that kind of being the closest place to Tantagel Castle that all of our runners will get keys in fairly short order once they feel comfortable enough venturing out. Looks like Lord of the Synth is kind of stretching a little further away from Sharlock, maybe looking for some zone 1 enemies instead of zone 0 enemies to fight.
Level 7 for Cyberdark. And that gets the important spell Sleep. That'll help out against the Magiwyverns that are out in full force.
Absolutely, and it looks like Zarnax 42 opting to go the Cantlin direction. We'll see if that pays off for him. Definitely a good idea to just, you know, so you're not wondering the whole time it was the armor sitting in Cantlin location all along. So I can kind of get that choice to go this way.
And in the Garenham spot is Garen's grave.
So bypassing the extra step of having to go into town, and Cyberdark gets himself some gold, a key in his own way, and a little more gold.
Now it's all a matter of finding a town. I don't think he wants to risk his key. And, thought the gold man didn't need to do that. And gets a hurt more for his troubles and loses half that gold.
However, he did pick up 3 chests. That should trigger his gold grind, no?
The problem is there is no gold grind.
Oh, that's right. There was no gold in those chests. But he doesn't know that yet.
Because I believe it was 2 herbs, stones, and the death necklace. So you can do a cheap, well, I was gonna say do a really slow death necklace grind, but that's not gonna matter.
Not with this particular setup, although he might... I mean, the gold grind is a slow grind. The death necklace, once you have a death necklace in your inventory, that chest will produce like between 100 and 130-ish gold. So you could do a grind. It's not nearly as effective as the 500 to 600 gold grind, but it could work in a pinch. And of course, there is the herb grind,
which is very beneficial. And Burgundy looks like going to be grinding to 7. I don't mind that play, because that's what a lot of people did.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 7 gets us that sleep spell, which, you know, it helps with a number of enemies. Stone men, in particular, are kind of endgame enemies that you can easily put to sleep and run away from. So it's good to have those extra spells.
I wonder if Furon's going for 8. He does have the keys. He got everything out of the chests. And Drakima is good stuff. You can get you 20. Don't know what else he can do.
And of course, we kind of got off to a fast start. I don't think we quite brought in that today's production is brought to you by Math Girl 718 is giving us our restream, and we've got Archfield Monk and Kamyon Renokai taking care of the stats for us. So make sure that we have a good lookout for them, and you can certainly give them a follow. As well as myself, Velu V, and Sigma Fan in the announcer's booth, and of course our runners, Zarnax 42, Furon Burgundy, Cyberdark 86, and Lord of the Synth. Give all of our folks a follow. It's a great way to support their streams. We all kind of run randomizers, Dragon Warrior randomizers, and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, if you like this kind of thing, check them out. Hit that heart.
Thump thump. And it looks like Furon's going to be going north.
Kind of a race to see who gets to Cantlin first. Zarnax 42 almost there. Looks like Cyberdark is making his way as well. Lord of the Synth getting the good news about the magic key, and we have a cave at the Vanilla Cantlin area. I saw a bonk to the north.
Looks like swamp south.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh no, it is the mountain cave.
Get some wings, that'll help.
So Red Bull in one of those chests, and he'll go downstairs to see what else is inside this mountain cave. And Ferran, chat pointing out, Ferran Burgundy takes down a metal slime. That propels him up to level 9. So a good lucky get, and it looks like he might try to farm some more slimes in these hills here. Zarnax Farty too looks like he might be lost a little bit exploring the maze up there, or perhaps he's using this as a grindable location. Not quite sure where
Fairy
the
Flute and Erdrick's token got by Cyberdark. That is big.
Absolutely. That Fairy Flute, of course, will allow him to put golems to sleep, and golems are one of our potential spike tile monsters, as well as something that could show up in Charlotte Castle. So that helps quite a bit, and of course Erdrick's token being another one of our progression items to make the rainbow drop. Always impressive, even in something like the Mountain Cave, to see our runners, being able to go through there with no torches, relying simply on sound to make their way through, as it bonk, bonk, bonks their way through.
And Ferran is on his way to getting another one. Does it run? Does it take a hit? Knocks it down. Goes to level 10.
Very nice. So Ferran opting...
Whoa, that's big magic, 25. And now Burgundy's in the grave. And with Radiant, too, so that's a big, big advantage that Burgundy has.
Yeah, being able to see your way through. It looks like Cyberdark got sent home. I'm not sure if he picked up the last chest before, if that was an intentional death warp or not.
It was gold. He did clear it.
Very good. Burgundy opting not to go to the basement of the grave. A lot of runners choose not to go down there. It is a long, long dive for just 2 chests. Oftentimes...
What also helps is that Garanham is right there and he's out of magic.
Oh, did he know Garanham was there? But
no, he didn't.
Down. He's got it.
Oh, but there's the Silver Harp. So, all of our big quest items are really near each other.
Yeah, we've got the harp that can be turned in for the staff right behind Tantagel Castle. The token was found inside of the mountain cave, which is all the way to Cantlin. Now, Cantlin is oftentimes bypassed, so it'll be interesting if if the other runners who haven't been there, if they opt to go to Cantlin last, as is wont to do in this flag set.
And Burgundy's gonna pick up a hand axe, chainmail, and large shield, so that's some good armor get.
Absolutely. It'll help him take out a little bit higher tier of monster, as well as take out monsters faster, as he continues to pick up experience. Of course, those 2 metal slimes didn't hurt either. Looks like Cyberdark's also going to make his way to Garanham.
so he'll have enough for his half plate. And he miscalculated. He needs to go down here. I think it's going to be Swamp or Jerk. And we've got Swamp North.
So from Burgundy, what's he going to do? He's opted not to go through the Swamp Cave. He's going to continue exploration a little bit before going to the other continent. It's a pretty good play because there's only 3 other locations on the other continent, whereas we have 2 right here, real close to the Tablet Cave. Of course, Blue Dragon has other plans sending Ron back to Tantagel Castle.
And Cyberdark has his silver harp, so now he'll have all the items.
So Cyberdark ready to, well, once he goes back to Tantagel, he can easily turn that harp into a staff, and he'll be ready to make that rainbow drop just as soon as he finds the Jerk Cave.
Zarnax is going to get himself a silver harp as well.
Ron Burgundy has made that exchange, so he has a Staff of Rain in his possession.
Token is in Mountain Cave, Brian Williams.
And the mountain was at the Vanilla Cantlin location. Both the token and there was something else good there. Was it the Death Necklace?
Fairy Flute.
Fairy Flute, there you go.
So Swamp takes you all the way to the Vanilla Rimmildar spot.
So Swamp South has a potential location, as well as all the way south at the Vanilla Jerk Cave. And it's a cave.
It's gonna be Tablet.
Yeah, Tablet Cave. Opting not to bonk his way through. Tablet Cave has no encounter, so if you get lost in there without a Radiant spell or a torch or something, you can easily be stuck there for a very, very long time.
And Cyberdark has not hit upon... Well, Cyberdark has been loaded out for Bear, so... And he did see Garanham, so I gotta think he does have a torch. So he's gonna go south and find the Vanilla Jerk Cave.
The Jerk Cave in the Vanilla Jerk Cave? Is this even randomized, Sigma Fan? I don't know what's going on here.
Well, here's something it's not... Well, here's something that is randomized for Burgundy finding Cole and going into the search spot and getting Erdrick's sword.
That is a very nice get indeed. Of course, our runners are really looking for that armor, but the sword, you're never sad to see the sword turn up.
No, if you take a look at the stats, at level 10, they only have 42 strength, so... And now finding Catlin.
And of course, with Cantlin, he has access to replenish his keys if he chooses to do so, as well as to find out what the search tile coordinates, which is what Burgundy is making a beeline for. And because the shops are not randomized, the Silver Shield, they know where to purchase that.
And we have no coordinates. It's fight, fight, fight.
Yes, no coordinates meaning that, well, we don't have to go on the overworld. No counting out tiles for our runners.
Question is, where is Burgundy going to go? Is he going to go north or south? And it is going to be north.
So my guess is he will check the Vanilla Coal location, probably the Vanilla Staff Cave, as well as where Swamp North normally is. Again, 3 more that aren't too far away from each other. Little does Ferran know that where he really has to be heading is towards Cantlin. Cyberdark86, the only one to have made it that way, and probably will be just because of, you know, proximity. Cantlin is the most out of the way location. Actually, looks like Lord of the Sins picked it up. Like, I'm seeing an Erdrick token on his tracker. So he might in there now. He
Oh,
is.
he's also in the bottom of Garen's grave.
So is Zarnax. So Zarnax and Lord of the Synth almost in nearly the same place, just one floor apart.
And Cyberdark gets Erdrick's sword.
And so Lord of the Synth picking up the torch from the grave. And we'll see if he can make it all the way down to the bottom. Of course, he could use that torch and throw it at an enemy to do 6 to 8 damage. But that's a useful thing once you know the radiant spell. Cyberdark getting the news that there is no overworld search tile, while Ferran Burgundy making his way to what appears to be Swamp North to see what is located there.
And it looks like Lord of the Synth is done. He cleared everything out. Or he's leaving because he has nothing.
Yeah, so I don't think he made it to the bottom.
Ferran finds Breckenary, so he will use that to cheaply heal and go on his way. He'll probably go up to where Cole and where the vanilla harp trading was.
Yes, that would pretty much make it so he searched everything on the main continent except for that vital Cantlin location. Making good work, short work of that that werewolf there. Again, that is an endgame Sharlock enemy, so big chunks of experience. Erdrick's sword really helping out Ferran Burgundy here. As he continues to expand his experience lead, or at least maintain it.
Right, and it's possible he could get the armor before anybody else, because nobody else has gotten that far east.
And so Hawksness, there is potential there. It looks like he's noping out, though.
I think he wants to check out Rimmeldar first. He's going to get level 12. 12 more hit points, which is a benefit. He's going to check out where the harp trading cave is and hope for... It will be Rimmeldar, and he's hoping that the armor will be in Rimmeldar.
Getting away from the blue dragon this time.
Yeah, the agility was going to come along.
But not that time. Sorry, what was that about the agility?
Well, the agility has come along. It's now getting up there, but not what he needs it to be. And he is going to go back up. He is going to try to go for the Cole location. Maybe do... Rude indeed, Ferran.
Very rude.
Yep.
But there's no hawks in Hawksness.
But there are wyverns.
Cyberdark 86 opting to go into Hawksness, so we might see what's on that, at least on that search tile, or at least who the grind monster is.
Yee, Armor Knight.
Armor Knight, and with Dragon Lord 2 breath. Boy, if that's what is guarding our armor, that is, that's gonna be quite the, quite the ordeal for our runners.
Thank you, board, for that. for the blue Wizroad. Rude. And also no coordinates. Or nightsness. Yes. Thank you, weird person who gives stats and coordinates.
Three people died after finding the coordinates. It's a curse.
And now Lord of the Sin, so now everybody's gonna have Erdrick's sword.
Always nice to know that you don't really have to worry about purchasing a weapon in the game. Ferran Burgundy making his way back to town, probably to top off a little bit, or perhaps...
Trying to remember where he is.
It looks like he might have lost track of what town was what there.
And he should probably go Rimmeldar's vanilla staff, and there's a chest there, so he might want to check that. Or he's gonna go bottom half of... Or he could just kill another metal slime.
Nothing wrong with killing metal slimes, that's for certain. That's the third one of the seed for Ferran Burgundy, and it is paying off. He certainly has the experience lead. Just missing that token that he needs. A little does he know he has to make his way to Cantlin to get it. So I'd have to give the exploration lead to both Cyberdark and Lord of the Synth, who have made it to Cantlin so far. But it'll be interesting to see how the experience bonus that Ferran and Zernox are building up against them, you know, as this seed kind of starts to congeal back to a Sharlock drive.
And it looks like Zernax is grinding on the golem. He did not find Mountain Cave, so he doesn't have the flute.
But it looks like that Golem has a rather high percentage of casting the Hurtmore spell. So with the stop spell on the Golem, that's a pretty good, you know, it takes a few swings to get her done. But with the amount of experience that they give, it's a pretty decent grind, especially when you're at level, you know, 12.
Very good grind. I think we might be waiting a while because the strength is not coming in along as expected.
No, but HP is way, way high, so we could potentially see a death necklace come into play into this seed.
And we have Tablet Cave.
Of course, there are no encounters in the Tablet Cave, so it's just a free walk for Ferran Burgundy to one chest.
And it's gold, so might need to go into Rimmeldar.
Now, has he already checked all the way south to the Vanilla Staff? Or the Vanilla Jerk Cave?
I don't think so, but he knows where everything is, and he's gonna go against another metal slime but runs away.
Help me, Rimmeldar double key chest. You're my only hope.
Oh, I forgot something about this new randomizer. It's possible that the armor could be in Sherlock.
It very well could, and that actually, I don't know what's a harder thing to do: fighting Armor Knights with Dragonlord Two Breath, or diving Sharlock to its 6 chests. I mean, that's a tough call to make. Which one is going to be the one that I go for?
Might have to grind to 19.
Well, I have a feeling if they're unable to beat that Armor Knight with a Heal More spell, maybe, you know, just due to volume of chest, you know, diving might be the better option than going all the way to 19 before taking on the 1 chest there. We'll see how it plays out.
And there's Furon. He is going to go south.
Yeah, that return home can only mean one thing. With a great big ol' lull. But now Furon, pretty much through process of elimination, he knows where everything has to be. He knows that he has to go to one end of the map to the exact opposite corner of the map in order to get his final progression item and then turn it into a rainbow drop. But having that knowledge, you know, it means he's got himself a game plan, and it looks like he's going to execute that right now.
And another thing is, we haven't seen Rimeldar yet. The armor could be there.
That is right.
But Zarnax really has chopped into Furon's experience point lead.
Yeah, opting to grind, I mean, it does make sense because we you know, you've got a place to do it, but oh, there goes, sending him home. Though, I don't know, I personally kind of like to have all my exploration done before I go into a grind, but having those extra levels can make the exploration go a little faster and a little more smoothly.
That is true, but Furon does have it all done. And he's going to Mountain Cave, so he will get his token.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised as soon as he clears out this cave to see an outside spell, and then a return spell, and beeline it straight off to that rainbow drop, just to get all of that out of the way.
I'd actually beeline it to Rimeldar.
Possibly see if there's some armor there, yeah.
And here to help verify that would be Lord of the Sin. No, it's the dragon scale. Oh boy.
So instead of the best armor in the game, we get 2 armor from the game. So now our armor, it's either behind that very, very nasty Hawk's Nest tile, or in Sharlock. The odds are in it being in Sharlock Castle, as Furon Burgundy getting his token and his fairy flute.
And Cyberdark is going to the bottom. I don't think anybody did go to the bottom yet of Baron's Grave.
Yeah, you are right. I believe, I think it was Zarnax, or maybe it was Cyberdark was trying before and got sent home. Just steps away.
It's a magic key. So that takes care of that. And now Lord of the Synth is going into Hawk's Nest.
He's gonna get some very, very bad news. Sleep and DL2. Trademarked Wombo combo right there. And that's why we love Dragon Warrior Randomizer, folks.
So now the question is, what will Burgundy do? Will he go clear he's gonna go to the bottom of the grave because he hasn't done that yet.
Well, nobody wants to deal with that knight, that axe knight. And everything else for him is along the way to the Rainbow Drop Cave, so it makes sense to just pick up all these last little points. It is kind of the right call. Of course, we know a little differently, but Faron doesn't have that knowledge just yet. Meanwhile, Zarnax42 content to continue grinding these golems. He's pushed his way up into 14. Very, very close to level 15, which will come at level 5,000, or at level 5,000, at 5,000 experience points.
Yeah, this is one of the two plays that if you're doing for this week, we've seen it a lot. And the only downside for Zarnax is he has not been in Cantlin yet, where Vanilla Cantlin is, and get his token. So while Burgundy has everything, he can easily catch up on the levels.
Right, and I think there's a lot of places that Zarnax42 hasn't been yet either, so I don't think he's very far down that that process of elimination list of realizing that, yes, what I need is, in fact, in that very far away Cantlin location. Ron Burgundy making his way all the way to the bottom. He is now in the dab room of Garen's grave. I like to call this the dab room because if you see a fully lit up version of the room, it looks like it's kind of, you know, doing the dab move. It's fairly interesting.
Not really.
Oh, arrows in my heart.
Does anybody do the dab anymore who isn't like at a baseball game or something?
No, but it's still fun to see. Ha! We've got some table flips on Faron's screen here. Though I have to say, I give him
does not want to go to
lead.
Hawk's Nest. He does not want to deal with that Armored Knight.
I would consider Faron in the lead here, despite the table flips that are happening. A slight lead, but he has everything except for his armor, and is just slightly behind in levels at this point.
And as we have said, it's either in Hawk's Nest, again, underneath an Armored Knight with Sleep and DL2 Breath, or it's in Charlock, and you gotta burn a lot of heal more in order to get to it.
Yeah, and yeah, CyberDark86 again has about the same exploration knowledge, just not quite there in terms of the experience. But again, he's only one level behind as well, so it's still anybody's race in this very, very close, well, not close, but important race for all of our runners, in order to progress to the, well, into the elimination rounds.
Burgundy's saying screw it, he's gonna go grind.
I can assure you that no golems were harmed in the filming of this league race. They're all trained actors and stunt people. And he's noping away from the golem. I think he was just checking to see what it was. Didn't like what he saw there.
$22 health, so... You know, the more I think about it, you know what you kind of have to do? If you want to get this grind more expediently done, maybe you might want to throw on that Death Necklace.
Could be an interesting tactic. Looks like Faron's going to make his way down to get that rainbow drop. It's the only reason I can quite see for cutting through, but a red dragon sends him home, and that's why we call him the Fun Police. Because they come and stop the fun.
And Lord of the Synth is in Tablet Cave. He will get himself some gold.
Looks like Cyberdark has found the metal slime secret, eking his way forward, trying to sneak some experience in there.
Lord of the Synth is gonna go get his rainbow drop. No, wait, he can't. He hasn't turned in the silver harp yet.
Yeah, so that's got to be a disappointment, having walked all that way and having to know that you have to walk all that way again. And another red dragon sends Faron Burgundy back to Tantagel Castle. Cyberdark 86 can try to take on the Armor Knight. And he gets wombo comboed back home.
I guess the plan, you gotta throw a stop spell on him first.
Yeah, that's going to be essential, as the sleep spell not going to be your friend at all. Now, with 132 hit points, like Faron and Zarnax are sitting at right now, you're able to actually soak up, one of those. But you're still not taking 2 Dragon Lord hits, not quite yet. So to be honest, I really think our runners have to be weighing that option, though. Like, is the dive to Sharlock for much greater volume of chests, or do we do the Hawksness location, which could contain nothing? For level 17, we do need 8,000 experience points.
And there's Breckenary for Zarnax. It's just a matter of you gotta go into Hawksnest, deal with that Armor Knight who's a pain in the butt, or you go into Sherlock, which is a massive pain in the butt. So which one do you want to deal with?
That's the big question of the day. It looks like Faron Burgundy opting for the... Well, no, never mind. Oh, he's still making his way to the Rainbow Drop. He's been stopped twice now by Red Dragons. It looks like he's made his way down. And is about to be the... Oh! Putting a Stone Man to sleep. And yes, Faron Burgundy will be our first runner to obtain the Rainbow Drop that is necessary to enter Sharlock Castle. The big question now is, will he opt to go straight there and try to attempt an early dive to go for those chests? It may be tempting with that high hit points that he has. Our stat tracker noting that those torches were totally lit. I'll be here all night, folks. Now, interestingly, if Zarnax 42, based off of how our standings are, if Zarnax 42 comes in exactly 3rd place, that is going to force a tiebreaker, which will happen at the end of this seed, immediately after this seed is finished. The only thing that can cause that to happen, so far as I understand, is if Zarnax 42 hits third place. So that's kind of the pivotal position in tonight's race with regards to will there be a tiebreaker, will there be more, and Ferron Burgundy using that rainbow drop, getting us our rainbow C. So break out those rainbow emotes if you got them, as Ferron makes his way to Charlotte Castle.
And he's 2,000 points away from 17. That's Healmore. Going through all of this swamp, and now runs into. I think this is our first look at a Star Wyvern, and it looks like just to be an attacker.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, as he quickly puts it down, picks up 100 and some experience points. Of course, we are running a little low on magic for his dive, but looks like he is still making his way to Charlotte. Just 244 experience away on Ferron Burgundy from level 16. Well, Zarnax continuing to grind that golem, and it looks like Lord of the Synth has also opted for the golem grind.
And the golem grind is done for Zarnax. That's 17.
Yeah, that heal more spell, so important, vital for the Dragon Lord fight. And AK-47 sending Ferron Burgundy home, so knowing that they're on the first 2 floors of Charlotte, that does not make that place any better.
However, at 17 comes with 146 health. So you know what you can do with that? You can actually grind on. You can actually go against that Armor Knight.
Absolutely, being able to take being able to take 2 Dragon Lord 2 breaths, and of course heal more up in between when necessary. They do have to make sure that they get a stop spell off, because with that sleep, makes it just that much harder. But now I wouldn't be surprised to see if Zarnax, well, he'll probably, looks like he might make his way into Charlotte as well. Oh, he doesn't have, did he not turn in the staff yet?
No, he doesn't have the token. He never went to Vanilla Cantlin.
Oh, so from one corner of the map to the other corner is where Zarnax has to go. Burgundy picking up 16. And yes, it does look like Cyberdark is making his way to Charlock. He has Rainbow Drop in hand. So one more Rainbow C on our screen.
Zarnax is now looking everywhere for the armor. He does not want... Oh, he's looking everywhere for the token.
Yes, nobody wants to go all the way to Cantlin, but that's what they're gonna have to do. Making good use of the return spell. I think Process of Elimination may have made its way. No, Zarnax going north. I don't think he's been to the bottom of the grave yet, perhaps? Question in chat, has Ferron seen the Rimmeldard chest? I don't think he has.
And it looks like he might be heading that way.
Yes, Dark Kobold. The token, at least in terms of what Zarnax 42 knows, could be in that Hawksness tile. Again, Zarnax did not do a whole lot of exploration. He opted to grind on those golems while our other runners kind of set out in the world and have an idea of where everything is. So I don't think Zarnax has made his way to, Swamp North, Vanilla Coal, Vanilla Staff Cave. So he doesn't quite know what's over there just yet. he's probably about to get his... no, he has Erdrick Sword already. Never mind.
Yep, and Lord of the Synth is going to do some grinding. He's got everything he needs for it. He could just sit back and relax and just turn some golems into ye oldie pavement.
Yes, nice cobblestone floors are what they're going to have in the swamp cave. Or not, as Golem sends Lord of the Synth back to Tantagel Castle. Ron Burgundy looks like he's going to try to give another whack at this this Armor Knight. I don't know if he'll be able to do it without a Heal More spell.
He got close.
He did get close. I don't think he knew about the sleep, perhaps. No, he knew about the sleep. Fair enough. He's tilted.
Tilt. It's not good. Burgundy needs to keep his head in the game. He needs a win in order to stay in the race.
And to be honest, again, with his... Well, with every step Zarnax takes, his exploration lead goes down, but... and Cyberdark actually very slowly picking up, too, in terms of the experience.
Cyberdark's farming for metal slimes, and in that area they're kind of plentiful.
Yeah, those what do you call it? Desert tiles right in front of Rimmeldar is a nice place to grind in the vanilla game as well. And the fact that there are metal slimes there, that does make life even better.
Burgundy 450 away from getting 17 and would make his life a whole... Well, how about a excellent hit on a Red Dragon? That'll make anybody's life happy.
Absolutely, that was a terrific blow. Now just 200 points away. Definitely looking for that level before going after the Armor Knight again.
Oh, that's big. Zarnax was able to block the spell, but we have a big bunch of casting of fire.
So it's just a matter of out-heal-moring him until he gets a chance to swing, and looks like we're doing all right here.
There it is. Let's take a look. It is the armor.
So definitely the right call to take out that Armor Knight first. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Zarnax go for his dive just as soon as he tops off all of his magic. The MP is a little low, but with their health where it is, and with a death necklace, strength is not great, actually.
No, you need 18. You need to grind more.
Well, Zarnax 42 also has not found Erdrick's token yet, but it looks like he is making his way to Cantlin. So he'll probably grind as he walks. I think he also recognizes that he needs a little more experience, taking out these Axe Knights on the way.
And Furon's got 17. So now he's going to go make a beeline for that Armor Knight.
And he'll get the good news as well. So, honestly, I wouldn't... This could mean that we'll have two serious dives into Sharlock almost simultaneously. Was there a town on the second continent for them to heal up in?
No.
I forget what the Swamp South was. No, there's not. Okay.
And 21616 level 18. That's the magic.
Strength is still not looking good. Even with the Death Necklace, he's doing, what, 126 attack power, so
High
like a
13,
13
low
max
6.
roll. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Even with the doubles that they'd be getting.
And here goes Burgundy, marching into Hawksness.
Into the desolated town. I don't care what you say, Hawksness puts Melmon to shame in terms of desolation.
That is big. Excellent move.
And Burgundy opting to punch, not even using his Heal More spell, picking up that armor and saying, I am out of here. I've had it with you. Armor Knight. Let's go.
Well, with that excellent move, he didn't need to. And he's almost at level 18 as well.
Yes, 18 coming at 9,500 experience points, and it'll be 1,500 experience points each level thereafter. If it comes to that. Question in chat, do we go golem shopping now that we have everything? That is a very interesting question. It kind of, once you see what level 18 is, I wouldn't be surprised to see a grind go up.
That's what Zarnax is doing.
Burgundy's the only one who has the knowledge of what's in Sharlock and that there are more of those Wombo combo Armor Knights in there, so I would certainly expect to see him going for it, and as you mentioned, looks like Zarnax is already going for those golems.
Just letting everybody know, a Zarnax win or second place gives him a spot. Everybody else needs a win. And second place would allow for a tiebreaker.
So the interesting thing about Sharlack Castle is, even though your stats might be Dragon Lord ready, sometimes Sharlock itself is the main boss of the seed, and just getting down to the Dragon Lord with enough resources to take him on is the real challenge. And that's kind of what it looks like we'll be facing with, especially knowing, again, that those Armor Knights are on the top 2 floors, and who knows what's lurks below there.
Only the Shadow knows. Cyberdark got his armor, and oh, Lord of the Sin is getting close. And now he's got his armor.
So it looks like all of our runners have the equipment that they need. Nobody opted to do that slow gold grind to get the silver shield.
2292. Now you're at 118. Oh boy.
Not much better. So we got more golems in our future, folks.
And the golems are the best grind. You can't dive into Sharlock and just hurt more everybody and know that a town is nearby, because there is none. And 13,000 XP is where you get level 20. So now it's 2,000 onward.
Oh, is it 2,000 on? I must have miscounted. I thought it was 1,500 each level.
Cyberdark's going for it.
Yes, I'm not sure. I know Cyberdark has built the bridge already, but I'm not certain if he has actually poked his way into Sharlock and met those armor knights yet.
And Burgundy took a death. It's gonna push me further behind.
Yeah, so at this point, Zarnax 42 has the experience lead and continuing to expand that as he
3 power at level 20.
efficiently grinds, but not for efficient strength from these from these golems. So he'll top off at the end and then probably go back in and take on some more. Although with 124 magic.
And that HP is high enough where you can do a death necklace.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
still get doubles.
Absolutely. So yeah, it looks like Zarnax is going to make the actual dive as he walks through the swamp. So he'll make his way to Sharlock, and we'll see how level 20 does for Zarnax 42. Cyberdark, meanwhile, making his way to the hidden stairwell. Axe Knight trying to block his path. Picking up level 18 in the process. Zarnax, meanwhile, picking up his rainbow drop from the jerk.
Oh, and also one other thing. The fighter's ring is in Sherlock as well. Gotta get away from this red dragon, though.
Every little bit of strength's gonna help him.
Yep, got away. Gotta burn a heal more, though. That is not good news.
And the Wombo combo sent Cyberdark 86 home.
And Burgundy's in.
I'm gonna say with these armor knights that are in here, this still is anybody's race. This is gonna be a race of being able to get to the bottom of Sharlock with resources intact. And when you've got armor knights that have sleep and hurt more, it makes it very, very difficult to do. You know, it looks like Lord of the Synth picked up the princess for some reason. I like this. She might get a chance to meet the Dragon Lord.
This is not Three's Company. You can't win that way this week.
The question is, if you beat the Dragon Lord with her in your arms, do you have to sit through her animation at the end of the game?
We don't know. But here's the thing, Burgundy had a torch, and here's the thing, you move faster with a torch than you do with a Radiant.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh! And Burgundy falls.
Armor Knights are not the friends of our good buddy Ferran Burgundy tonight. Meanwhile, Zarnax just about to make it down and out of that danger floor. Ferran Burgundy gets sent home by another Armor Knight.
This time in the swamp cave. He's got to be careful. He's almost out of keys.
Oh, I've been there. And Zarnax 42 has made it down to the lower floors, seeing nothing in the diamond shape floor.
It was a restream script? Okay.
Oh, so that wasn't a double Armor Knight?
No, and Lord of the Synth goes down. Zarnax is on the U floor.
And he hasn't seen any Armor Knights since, so looking pretty good. There's Wizard. Oh, there's Armor Knight.
And as you say that, there's one, but gets away.
With Agi at 90, they actually have a pretty good chance of escaping these monsters now. And Zarnax opting not to go for the treasury to search for the fighter's ring. I'm guessing with all the deaths that have happened here, he's got to feel like he might be a little behind. We're just going to go and try to finish this off right now. Of course, we still don't know what's on the spike tile.
Oh, if it's another Armored Knight.
It is a stone man, so that should be no problems.
It looks like to be a 75-cent stop spell caster.
So that's that'd probably be a pretty good grind spot too if it didn't take so long and so perilous to get there. He does opt to put on the death necklace.
Yep, which is a smart play. He'll have 124 health, which will get him to where he needs to be in order to be able... He could get doubles.
So for the Dragon Lord, the formula for him is basically Dragon Lord has between 150 and 165 hit points. And your attack against the Dragon Lord, if you subtract your attack power, or rather subtract 100 from your attack power, then divide that by 2, that'll give you your maximum roll. Divide that number by 2, that'll give you your minimum roll. And then you can calculate kind of what your average is and how many heal mores you have, and that'll tell you how many swings to heal mores you have to be able to beat it. So Zarnax, again, looks like the math looks right for him to be able to do it. But with random numbers where they are, it could still go anyway.
And it looks like he's kind of got this sewn up. And he's done it! Get your GGs out, ladies and gentlemen. Zarnax 42 has won this race.
He has lit his disco ball. All he needs to do is inform the king of his good deeds, and we'll have our first place runner finishing momentarily. And Zarnax 42 finishing the game, winning first place with an official speedrun live time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 26 seconds. Meanwhile, Cyberdark 86 has made it to the bottom of Charlotte Castle at level 19. We'll see if he's able to take out the Dragon Lord next.
He'll have, I think, 1 HP less. Oh... But thankfully he's able to run away.
1 HP less, but I think maybe a little more importantly, a little bit less attack power. And, with it where it is, like every little bit. But there are plenty of MP, so we'll see how it goes for him. He does also opt to put on that death necklace.
And here is your update. This is from Smashy. Zarnax gets the 7 seed, Tristle gets the 8 seed, Tilo the 13th seed, and Brayless and Monsieur Slime has clinched playoff berths.
So they got to be excited to hear that news. And there's the excitement emoticon now, as CyberDark86 is facing his Dragon Lord 2.
And I gotta wonder, Smashy, it looks like CyberDark is gonna get 3 points. I'll put him at 15. How would he fit into all this?
CyberDark taking the risk, swinging at 48, and it pays off for him. .48 hit points is, of course, the max that a Dragon Lord 2 Breath can do, so there was a potential of dying there.
And in the chat, we have Zarnax, in the booth, actually, I should say. Congratulations, Zarnax, you're moving on.
Whew, thank you.
Yes, excellent. Very good game there. CyberDark is looks like just finishing up his Dragon Lord fight, so second place wasn't too far behind you.
Yeah. And it looks like Lord of the Synth is on his way down there, too.
And CyberDark just finished up.
So get up those GGs for CyberDark.
Yeah, there were a couple untimely deaths there that had me a little bit worried. And also some overworld backtracking.
Yep. And CyberDark finishes with Vanessa all-time with 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 20 seconds. That is 3 points for CyberDark, and he will advance.
So well done, CyberDark, as Lord of the Synth takes out his Stone Man and is talking to the Dragon Lord right now. Ron Burgundy opting to go to the Sharlock Treasury, so I think I saw a Fighter's Ring in there. Maybe it was something else that started with an F?
It was the Fighter's Ring.
Unless it was Judge's Table, it had to be there. I see Lord of the Synth is at level 18. That's interesting.
Well, CyberDark was able to do it at 19.
Right.
And actually, Zarnax42, you were the first one to really start grinding those golems, and that got you quite the experience lead, while the other runners kind of had an exploration lead over you. But at the end of the day, it turned out to be the right call, as you were able to just really quickly swoop up the rest of the items you needed to make your way in and just finish the game.
Yeah, I felt really lucky when I found that golem and I just tried stop spell because I had nothing else I could do, and it hit, and then I found out that this might be somewhere I can grind soon, and I figured once I was able to survive with some regularity, it made sense to just stay there until I had heal more, really.
Yeah, and that definitely was the right call, I think. Propelled you, like I said, right up past. I think Ferran had like 3 metal slime kills before you went in there, but you just quickly zooped it right up there, and you got the experience. And it looks like Lord of the Synth has just finished his Dragon Lord, so Radiant Lights, get those good games out, and Ferran Burgundy starting his Dragon Lord too. So it's just kind of been Dragon Lords daisy-chained, one right after the other.
And CyberDark's going to be coming in here shortly. And CyberDark, 3 points, you did it. Congratulations, you made it in the playoff.
Wow, I can't believe that. And everyone's so close.
GG.
GG, you as well, man.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely good game there, CyberDark86. You were the first runner to make it to Cantlin. Like, you went there very, very early, finding that flute and that token. Were you thinking maybe you were the only person to go that way? Because I know a lot of folks don't like to go to Cantlin early.
Not really. I figured a lot of people were going to be grinding early.
Well, there we go. And Ferran Burgundy has taken out his Dragon Lord, so he'll be finishing the game in just a matter of seconds. So get out those last set of GGs, folks. As all of our runners have finished a very exciting race, everybody finishing within about 6 minutes of each other. So very, very good as all of our divergent paths converged again in Charlotte Castle.
And unfortunately for Burgundy, it was the Armored Knights and bad run luck that did the damage. Had the lead, and unfortunately it just faded away.
Man, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, when I got slept and wrecked by the first one I saw in Hawksness, and then my entire path through Shylock, I'm like, if these are on any of the floors, they could easily decide the game. And it's kind of a shame when it comes down to that sometimes, but that's the game we play.
Yep, and it looks like we will have a draw to determine the 9th and 10th seeds. And that looks like to be a tiebreaker between Ali Grabrap and somebody else. The name escapes me right now. Oh, it's Archfield. Archfield will be the in for the 9th or 10th.
So when we call that a draw, that means we'll be like pulling straws, or how do we do this draw here, or will this be a quick playoff race?
I don't know. Both of them have 16 points, 221 bulk hold score, and the same cumulative score. And now we have Lord of the Synth on here. That was tough luck.
Yeah, Rando's gonna rando when you have AK-47s with the Wombo combo. There's not much you can do about that.
Especially when the Wombo combo Armor Knight has the armor.
Yeah, and it's. Well, I mean that first dive, right? There's nothing you can do. You get sleep and then you go down for 4 rounds. Even with 152 HP, you're not gonna get through that.
Yeah, Armor Knight living up to his name, both protecting the armor and, of course, the AK-47 just kind of mowing everybody down. You weren't the only one to fall victim to the Red Knight.
Oh, I'm sure. Did anyone else make what I felt was a controversial play to grind the Golem for heal more before going to check Hawks?
Yeah, I did.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I felt like I had no choice. I'm like, well, I could gamble armor in Sharlock. But if I run into AKs there, the same thing is going to happen. So I may as well just grind for heal more.
Right. And just let everybody know that stick around. We are setting up a tiebreaker race between Archfield and Ali Grabrap. Winner gets the 9th place seed, and the runner-up gets the 10th place seed. And that is important because that determines who you'll be facing off against in week 6.
So that means there will be more Dragon Warrior Randomizer to come as we carry on, through the night. Dragon Warrior all night long, folks.
And there's Archfield in chat. He was our tracker. So they will take care of that and we'll be right here for it. We're going to get Burgundy in here. And hopefully...
It was a pretty close spread of finish times. 3 of us in 3 minutes.
It was a really close race considering those AKs.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Usually with a Sharlock like that, you get someone who just had horrible luck and finishes at 145.
Well, I think that was kind of Burgundy's luck, as he had the lead for a little while there, but then it was just one Armor Knight after another. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it here. Ferran Burgundy, good game. Welcome to the room.
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up there, Velavi. That was a lot of slept and wrecked armored knights, or sleeping and wrecking, and they wrecked me from the penthouse to the outhouse just in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I heard you had some rough luck. GG, man. Sounds like you played well, and then just got hosed at the end.
Well,
GG.
I got luck early, as I don't know if they'd mentioned it, but I took
Yes.
out 3 metal slimes.
Wow.
I saw like 5 and got 1 hit total, I think.
I got 4, but mid game.
I got 0. I think I got 2 hits in on like 4 of them.
Yeah, I think 2 I took out the old-fashioned way, and 1 I was able to crit, but it I don't know, it put me in a good position. I took a couple of dumb deaths, a couple of them were tilting. Hopefully I provided at least a little bit of entertainment value to the Randomania crowd with, since I couldn't provide audio entertainment, I decided to provide some video entertainment.
And that you did.
The stupid thing I did was, for some reason, when I checked the Tanager basement the first time, I wrote down the jerk instead of the Staff of Rain Cave on my map. So, yeah, so I wasted... I mean, that probably wasted a couple minutes. I mean, it could have been worse because the jerk is kind of on the way to Sherlock, but yeah, I was disappointed when I first got there, and I'm like... Yeah.
Well, you'll be able to see it on the VOD. I had a similar, not quite as much of a setback of a mistake, but I had gone to the Swamp Cave North thinking that was where Hawksness was. It turned out it was Breckenary, but I thought, all right, I needed an instay anyway. Then went up to Cole and proceeded to get wrecked by by an armored knight that was guarding there.
Yeah, I also got sniped once or twice just trying to get to Hawksness. I think probably just once. So I had to make that long walk a few more times than I really wanted to.
Yes, the entertainment that I provided, I had a little tribute to Qbert, as when something didn't exactly go my way, I had the the @ and exclamation point and hashtag and the stuff that you would see when Qbert dies.
Yep.
There was also at one point a flashing of the word tilt in giant letters.
We saw the tilt. We saw the big lol as well.
Yep, the big
is
lol. There
one
was
of my
a
favorites.
root in there, and as a tribute to Miot from the from past DWR tournaments, I even had the table flip GIF.
Yep. All right. We're gonna cut this off for a little bit. Just want to let everybody.
Race
We're going
on.
into the tiebreaker. And here's how everything's gonna go. Random everything, speed hacks, open short Sherlock, and all win conditions are active, which means Cursed Princess and Three's Company.
So any of those things
Oh,
will
interesting.
win our
Nice.
win our runners a race, and this will be between Archfield Monk and Alleger Brap. Do we have a time? Is that are we cutting out before we start, or is it
They're getting it
just
set
going to
up
pick
right
up right
now.
now?
We're getting it set up right now because after this, we will have the official announcement of all the placements. And Math Girl's being set up right now.